every day. A little bit's just your way. Like a few runs through your brain. Like a toad on a train. Well, it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. Said it's the only thing she knows. Got up on the wrong side and I'm getting burned again. That grass is looking brown today. Well, it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. Said it's the only thing she knows. I woke up on the wrong side and I'm getting burned again. That grass looking brown today. Said it's the only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. The only thing she knows. Said it's the only thing she knows. 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 Said it's the only thing she knows. She knows. She knows. She knows. What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Damn, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? I do one thing right, do I make two things wrong? If I want that fine line, I will always take the fall. If I just do left, I can hear from the right. I sleep all day long, then I breathe down through the night. I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all of the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I felt a lot of women who refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for planet. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money, whatever else spring. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Guitar Players Planet.
It's gotta mean something. It's gotta.
Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the South holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of the new. Oh, na 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 na. That I have lost my old friend. Catch the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. You're afraid, you're feeling alone. Time and space can never unfold. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghost embrace can only Then I've got a new way, a new way.
Zero. Hey, what do you say? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Hercules, Hercules, Hercules.
Oh, Sherry.
Peeps, what up, Astro Peeps? How's it going? We are here again on another Wednesday night on AstroWorld TV, and we are chilling out here tonight. And I'm not in my normal AstroWorld garb. I just got out of my massage therapist, so I got a nice massage for an hour, and I rushed back home. So that's why we're a little late. So sorry about that.
He had Natasha Romanoff tonight.
Nicey, nice. It was wonderful.
Magic fingers.
Oh man, it's not even the magic fingers. You know why? Because she uses her elbow. She's like, and like grinding the whole thing and everything.
Full shiatsu.
Oh, but before we get into anything Astro, what the hell is going on with Edmonton? What is going on? I mean, this series should have been over and done with.
Come back. They want to make a statement. They want to come back and say, "Hey, we're forcing Game 6. We're going to win that one, and then we're going, Game 6 back in Edmonton, and then you go back, and say, yes."
And there's only one person that I wish they would like break an ankle more than Sidney Crosby, and that's Connor McDavid. So
God, so bitter, Dan. So bitter.
You know why? I'm just bitter because we don't have anybody as good. We just don't. The Islanders team is just he really is. I mean, youngest captain ever in the NHL. Been freaking a steady, and you know what? And normally, kind of like a Matt Barzal, where he kind of came in with a bang and then kind of let off the gas a little bit, I guess, because he was trying to learn the game, and now he's going forward again. But I mean, Connor McDavid just out of the gate was just like awesome.
Yeah,
it's good. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that. But anyway, what are you gonna do? So tonight, it's kind of like another potluckish night. I know I have some stuff that I'm actually working on. Oh my god, like I'm actually doing some astrophotography for once. Holy crap, I'm just able to kind of do some stuff. But on a business note, I'm getting ready to make my first order for ASCAR, so I'll be getting ASCAR telescopes in really probably within the next couple of weeks.
Nice.
I'll be getting my first shipment of Buckeye Stargazer, Batanovs, all that kind of stuff. I put in another one for what else did I place an order for? I got another Wanderer Astro flat panel order coming in, and I just got my next Player One shipment in, and so I'm flush here. So for anybody who cares, I'm flush here with stuff. So feel free to go to the website and do your shopping with me because you'll get it pretty quick.
Yeah, there it is. Do your shopping with Dan.
There it is. So that's the only plug for the shop I'll do tonight. But tonight, I as you know, I've been working on the Eagle Nebula because I did a little bit I got some older data from 2019.
Okay.
But because I have all my folders. So the way maybe this is something we can kind of talk about. So like folder organization a little bit because I suck at it. I'll be dead honest with you, but I'm getting better. And how I've been doing it now was doing it by catalog number one, whatever image it is, and then yearly folders underneath that. So I would have 2019, 2020, 21, 22, and so on and so forth. Because sometimes you go back to that image and you kind of go back to it, and maybe some of the stuff is usable to kind of put into whatever object you're doing. Like, I mean, 2019, I have M16 with a 127, which actually the one that I think Dave's shooting with. That maybe no, Dave, you bought my scope like 3 years ago? something like that.
3 years? 2. I think it's 2 years
Two,
ago.
2 years, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So the 2019 was the silver tube 127 that I had, not the carbon fiber. So you know, that's been that was a fun scope to do, except it was as long as like 2 stickball bats put together. It was like, you know, super kind of crazy long, but it was a lot of fun, and maybe you could use it adding all the projects together, depending on how quality. Just, you know, if you're going to do stuff like that, just remember that you know, keep your calibrated files, because I bet you threw out those flats 6 years ago. So so just keep the calibrated images, you know, keep that calibrated folder. How's it going, Corin? What's up, Chris?
What's up, Corin?
You got Chris in
Yeah, I
there.
usually keep my all my masters.
Yeah, the master flats. And what I do, what I kind of do is
each session. So
yeah, exactly. So what I would do is I would make a dark and flat, whatever, bias library, right? I would keep my masters there, but whenever I use them for a project, I would keep those master flats in that project file folder as well. And then so you'll never lose them. So you'll always have them. But yeah, we were talking before. What were we say before we came back on this?
Yeah, you know, about a little bit of organization, like how we set up things, as well as, you know, you getting started. You know, you said you hadn't done any processing, and now, you know, you were planning on doing some, and I'm about to do some.
Yep.
You know,
I mean,
I'm going through my stuff, and you were going to show what you were working on. You wanted to, you know, maybe share that. And
yeah, I can share it. I really don't have much to show yet, because it's only, I don't even know how many. We can find out. I can show you how to find that. But this is right out of the stack here. That's right out of the stack.
nice.
So that's the Eagle Nebula, obviously, M16. And if we, I think I saved this the way I wanted to save it. Where's the it's on the other side of the screen. There we go. And then and of course it's not there. So let me go back in and file, open the master before I kind of did everything. Oh, look at the pictures. Yeah, I got all these pictures here. So Pixin's where is it? Best repetition. I think it's like 88 times 2, so what's that, 176? So it's a little less than 3 hours, actually. And I didn't do anything. This is just literally straight. I've done literally nothing to it. I did the fast rotation and the stretch, and that's all I did. It's not even stretched yet, actually. It's actually
that's still
is it?
It's just auto stretched.
No, actually it's linear right now, because I turned off the yeah, it's actually linear. So I probably just stretched it to show people online. I'll go back to the master. If I open the master, I'll open again. This is how I do things. Processing M16, and then my master. See, I did that might be the JPG. So if I do the master light, is this it? Auto crop, there it is. So here is the unstretched version of it.
Okay.
And then if I go into the process and then the fit setter, it should have everything still there. There it is. Okay, so this is all my data here. So if you ever really wanted to kind of go in, if you had never really looked into this and what is here, it has all your information here. It has your exposure time, what channel it is, what camera, anything you had saved. There's my focal length, there's my object number. And if you kind of go, not a lot of people go down past here, but if you go down past here in the history, you can find how many number of images are here. So this is 83. 2-minute images, so it's 166 minutes, so just shy of just a little bit more than 2.5 hours.
Okay.
And you can go down and kind of take a look and see what you've done to the image already and what your image into settings on that. Anything that was done to the images in the history. So if you ever wanted to kind of take a look. But and then that's really it. If I just do the quick stretch on it, there you go. That's where we're at. So I think I got some decent decent stuff to work with on here. Again, this is just the HA. I mean, the stars look pretty decent. Yeah, no blur X, no nothing. But
yeah, the stars look decent.
Yeah, the stars look good.
I've seen where people have that image of the eagle turned sideways. They call it the Cosmic Queen. And you can almost see like a face with like it looks like a woman's face and like a crown on top.
Fast. Let's see. Let's do a fast rotation here. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. Why do they put the no on the left side? That's the kind of things that's the kinds of things that piss me off. I'm sorry.
I know.
You know, yes, that's what I want to do. I want to do it. I want to flip it. Why is it thinking so hard in the rotation? Probably because I'm running the show at the same time.
Yeah. You know what, Dan? You were talking. Remember, you were talking a little bit about Sky Tools with me offline a while back, and how yours kept crashing. Now mine is doing it. I think you jinxed it, man.
I don't know what it was. Literally, I was playing around with it. I said, let me get back to using it because I really like the way it tracks, you know, the exposure and your projects.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is like kind of. I'm trying to see. It actually switched over. So let's see. Is it this way or the other way?
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that way. So you kind of see her head's kind of tilted back, and where the like the loop is, you can see like her lips
up here.
Her nose comes down, an eye.
What, like this? The eyes and a mouth, kind of.
Where's your cursor?
What the heck?
Yeah, so the eyes. Yeah, that's the eye up there.
The eye
it's like
here.
A profile. It's like the profile. So that's her
yeah.
eye.
So here's the
then
profile
her nose
here.
comes down. Her lips.
What is this though?
I don't know.
Is she blowing a bubble?
But it looks like it looks like on her head, like she's got a crown.
Here's the eye, and the eyes
like
closed with the eyebrow.
Yeah,
here's the crown coming up.
Yeah.
And now she's sticking her tongue at Eric, telling him the fuck. No, sorry. But here's like the mouth. I could kind of see.
Yeah.
You know what it kind of looks like? It looks like the evil witch from 101 Dalmatians from the side.
Oh, Cruella de Vil?
Yeah. No. Is it Sleeping Beauty? The one with the black?
Sleeping Beauty. Oh,
Sleeping Beauty.
Malevolence.
Yeah,
Malevolence.
Yeah,
Malevolence. Kind of look like that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I can see that.
Pretty well.
Okay.
I still want to know what this is.
So she's saying she kind of looks like Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, no, the cartoon version is.
Oh, the cartoon version. Gotcha.
It wasn't Angelina Jolie. Well, I guess she did do the movie Malevolence.
She did the live
version.
movie.
The movie Maleficent. Yeah. So okay.
There you go. All right, I can definitely see that.
That's Tom saying. Let's have a poll: wart, nose ring, or snot bubble.
There you go. I go for the snot bubble. That's definitely looks like a snot bubble.
AZ's, I vote snot bubble.
Yep, I vote snot bubble. Yeah, Mikey goes, so it's not snot bubble. It's just at the right spot. It's like right there to be a big. That's a big snot bubble. Let me tell you, she must have been like having a bad allergy season or something. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on. So what now let's talk. This is what we were talking about. Actually, we were talking about ways to acquire images. That's what we were talking about before, right? So offline, we were talking about, because we were talking about, what do people do out there? Let me know. And I'll start a poll. Do you go LRGB in sequence, or do you go one night L, one night R, one night G, one night B? So, or HSO, or whatever sequence you do you do one filter a night, or do you do all filters, and just go through a sequence? So I'm going to start a poll, and I'm just going to do in sequence or one at a time. And let's see, start a poll.
Because, one thing that, looking at Sky Tools, what they do and what it's programmed when you're doing a project, what it can do is it would recommend the best time based off of the target's position in the night sky and the atmosphere, or where your telescope is possibly going to be positioned at. It'll tell you, hey, this is the best time to utilize this filter, right?
Yep.
Because maybe if your target is at its highest point, it may tell you do blue for an hour or two. Yeah, so it'll tell you run blue for like an hour or two, or whatever the length is, because as it's the highest, at its highest point, that is the best time to get the data for that particular filter. And then it'll tell you, based off, if you're doing luminance or whatever, it will give you better times. And sometimes it'll even break it apart. Say if you wanted to do LRGB in one night, it can even say, hey, we're going to do at this time for, depending on how many hours of imaging time you have, we're going to do L, from this point to this point, the next filter between this point and this point, and it'll choose based off of the time and the position of your target in the night sky. When is the best time to choose to move from that filter to another, or use this filter, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
If I could only get a darn thing to actually work, that would be great. Because now it stopped working.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's one of those things where you like, it's more like, I'm more of a, a one per night kind of thing. Cause I don't even stack my images until I get like, not that I've done anything. I mean, this is going to be the first thing in 8 months that I'm actually going to be doing. I'm literally, I've been a lot dealing with the store, and I made that a priority. But now it's I'm getting in a rhythm that I could actually do stuff at night, that I could kind of get stuff done, and be able to kind of image and do what I need to do at the same time. So what I'm really hoping is that, things happen relatively soon where, maybe we could sell the house, move to a different area, get maybe a little bit bigger of a backyard, and put a nice sky shed roll-off roof with a Dark Dragons motor on it. That'd be nice. That's my plan. So that's my plan. I want to have a 2-pier shed, and then take it from there. So all I gotta do is I would replace my my current pier, with a new pier, maybe like a nice Pure Tech or something like that. You know, maybe,
okay, an actual steel or manufactured pier.
Oh no, this is steel pier. I mean, this is
it is? Okay,
my pier is solid.
I thought it was concrete. I thought you did.
No, it's on a concrete block, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's a steel pier. But the whole thing is that, like, you know, maybe I could kind of, you know, even though it probably won't work, but I could add it to the price of the house and say, hey, listen, you want, I'll set you an entire telescope setup for you,
Right.
and throw it out there for you. But I don't know. They probably won't want to do that, but whatever you can do. But I would like a 2-pier setup, one that I could use for testing, right?
Yeah.
And one that I could use for me, you know, and never touch it, you know, and when I'm not testing, I could use one for, let's say, deep stuff, like, you know, with a 9 1/4 or an 11 on it.
Yep.
And the other one with the astrophysics.
Gotcha.
Be done. You know. But that's my plan. I mean, that's what I would love to do. You know. Hopefully that happens soon, because, you know, listen, it's not that expensive to make a roll-off roof. It really isn't, in the grand scheme of things. It's not
No.
you know, just like what we all do. We all do these things in baby steps, right? We don't buy $20,000 worth of equipment at one shot. You know, it builds over time and it upgrades over time. And, you know, you start with them. Hopefully, if you do it right, you start with the mount. You know, you buy the nice mount first, and then you buy the scope. I'm getting some feedback from somebody.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Let's see. I'm going to start meeting some people and see. It's not that. Eric, it's you.
It's me?
Yeah, it's definitely you. I mute you, and it's fine. You're muted right now, and we hear nothing. Now it's like, oh, dude, yeah, you got to turn that off. You got to reboot or something. I don't know what it is, but that's literally like.
Okay. Well,
it's like,
I will be more than happy.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it's pretty bad.
You are so.
I'm not even kidding.
Okay, I will reboot. That's fine.
Oh no, just
like
go out and come back
noises.
in. Yeah, just go out and come back in. It's always Eric.
He's making fart noises.
Yeah, sometimes something's with his audio. So I just purchased, and Eric's gonna help me out hopefully tomorrow. If he's working, he won't be helping me. But I bought the oh, he's back. Hold on,
How about that?
Yes,
That
better. Perfect.
It's
Yeah,
better,
thank you. So guess what's coming tomorrow?
What's coming tomorrow?
The Dream Pro.
Oh, the Dream Machine, nice. The
Machine
GM Pro. Okay, then I'm gonna have then you and I are gonna have to do. We're gonna have to do a little work, you know, so I can.
I got the spot in my rack ready to go. So
nice.
all it's got to do is I just got to slide it in.
Slide it in and start get your account set up and all that stuff. And then
I already have a Ubiquity account because I have the Unify 6 outside.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, that's right, because you've got your AP and everything. So yeah, no, we can get rocking and rolling, bro. So
yeah, I definitely need help setting that up because I know nothing about the Ubiquity software, and you do. So
yeah, well, I don't know a lot, but I know enough. I knew enough to get
no matter what you know more than me because I know completely nothing. So, you know, I mean, I'm sure I can figure it out, but you know how it is. Even it is with astronomy as well. You know, we all know, you know, at least most of the people out there in astro or, you know, astronomy, visual or astrophotography, and feel free to chip in on here. 99% of us consider us some sort of tinkerer. You know, we like to mess around with things and possibly break them and fix them and have extra pieces. But so we consider ourselves, so we can all figure things out eventually. But if you know, and this is where pride kind of gets in the way, where I'll figure it out, no problem, and it takes me 6 months to figure it out when I could have just asked either Dave how to build a car or Eric how to to deal with some networking situations. You got to kind of surround your people with people that are, everyone has their strength, everyone has their own weaknesses. So, if you have friends that are smarter than you in a certain criteria, then ask. Don't be afraid to ask. No one's going to think you're stupid. Remember, from the all famous South Park quote that I could ever think of, there are no stupid questions, only stupid people. So, think about that for a second. Just ask the question. The only question that is dumb is the question you don't ask. So
that's true.
Exactly.
That is very true.
So hopefully I'll have a decent network running, and then I'll start. Of course, I'm going to do all this work in the network over the next 6 months and add APs all over the freaking house and cameras and everything. And by the time I'm done, the house will go on the market. Watch. Watch. That's exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to call it.
But then that would mean that you're moving to a darker sky area.
Absolutely.
You're gonna be able to get yourself a sky pond.
No, don't want it.
No?
I want to roll off. That's what I want.
You want to roll off shed.
Then get a sky shed roll off.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the plans from what's
From
his
Wayne.
name? From Wayne.
Yep.
Get the plans from him. Call up Jeff and Jeff over at Dark Dragons. Have him send me the stuff to do that.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I'll get the hangable the dragon light. I'll get that.
Yep.
And then I'll have flat panels and everything, and it'll be cool. It'll be cool. And
nice.
then the thing that stuck with me was when I went up to Canada to visit with Ron and Sean last year. The thing that stuck to me was when I was staying over Ron's house for a couple of nights, and and he's telling me of the,
right?
yeah, he's got a shed, and it's got a warm room and everything, and a little studio, that kind of stuff. So if you see him doing the actually, that's not true. I'm lying. Forget it. Forget what I was going to say. But what he told me, and it makes complete sense. He was able to acquire like 3 times the amount of data that he has gotten in years before when he finally had a fully automated roll-off roof and a sequencer with a cloud system that while he was sleeping at 2:00 in the morning, if it was clear, it would open up and continue with whatever object it's set for, and then close in the morning. And he'd have the cloud sensor outside, and if it's cloudy when he went to bed, if it would clear up while he's sleeping, he just kept that play button on, and when it cleared, it would open up the shed and start imaging, and then close up the shed if it got cloudy again.
Yeah.
And so he was able to acquire so much more data because of that, the amount of data he gets, I mean, it's amazing what he could get in such a short period of time. And even in New York, you know how it is in New York, and even the rest of the US, it's the same crap. You go to bed, it's cloudy, and then you hear the next night, 2:00 in the morning, it cleared up. And you're like, oh wow, I just lost 4 hours of data or whatever, where you could have gotten if you had that full, complete automation. So
exactly.
But that's where I want to be probably by 2 or 3 years, at the most. That's my goal.
Yeah,
Tom, I heard about that. And there's a couple other ones, and there's another one that's selling peers. Somebody gave it to me. I believe it was a customer of mine that they're selling peers for $200 a month in Texas. And I'll tell you what it is right now because it's amazing. Let's see. It's on my other phone. I'll get it, but there's a place in Texas. Depending on the size of the pier you want, it could be as low as like $150 a month. All you gotta do is you get your equipment down there. There's on-site tech.
Are you talking about who was it? Bryce?
No, it's in Texas.
No. This is in Texas. Because I saw something
The
on
guy you're thinking of is in
Bray
Utah.
Falls. Bray Falls. Yeah, Bray Falls.
It might be. I you know what? Let me go and get my other phone, and I'll get it. I'll get it for everybody. Hold on a second.
Bray Falls, yeah.
Yeah, Bray Falls.
Ooh, what happened to that guy? You eating the popcorn without me?
Brady, Texas.
Oh my goodness.
But isn't that the whole thing with the guy in Utah sets up those, and you can put your equipment in his stuff, and you basically have everything goes on for them, and it'll open and close when it's clear.
Let me see if I can find it here. Starfront Observatories, it's called.
Okay.
And the website is starfront.space.
Space, the final.
I don't know if it's Bray Falls. I'm not 100% sure. But $199 for a light, which it goes from a 4-inch refractor to a 10-inch reflector. The standard is $299, which is a 5-inch refractor or a 14-inch reflector.
Okay.
The heavy is a 6-inch refractor for $399 a month.
But still, I mean,
so $399 a month. You know how much I pay for my storage facility? $329 a month. So
there you go.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
I mean, and Texas has some way out. I mean, it's so freaking big. It's such a large. It used to be a damn country in its own right.
It's bigger than some countries around the world.
It is bigger than some countries, and it used to be a country in its own right and all that stuff. Like I'm saying.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Some of the Texas people want it to be. So they've been trying to secede for.
there's so many spots where there's Bordeaux 1 skies, Bordeaux 2 skies that you can absolutely put a remote observatory somewhere down there.
Yep.
For relatively inexpensive, and if you have something that's that is somebody's already doing it, say, hey, $200 and you just bring your equipment down and we'll get you set up. And
it's on-site tech support 24/7.
Yeah.
So they got 1 gigabyte per second fiber. 200 to 220 clear nights a year, Bordeaux 1 skies, and climate controlled buildings.
Wow, Bordeaux 1.
So, I mean, again, it's called starfront.space. And we just got verification in the chat that is the Brave Falls project. It looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. So I'm looking at the we're within the margin area here in the poll. 57% do all in a sequence, all filters in a sequence, and 43% are doing 1 filter per night. So I mean, and that's with 14 votes in here in 17 minutes. So pretty interesting. You know, I like to do one channel per night. I'm not, you know, I kind of like doing that. Just get, you know, one channel or keep on doing that channel for multiple nights until I'm done.
Right.
And then I kind of start because I don't, like I said, I don't look at data as far as processing on like a narrow band project. I probably don't look at it until I get at least 15 hours total integration. And then I'll start kind of playing with it a little bit. And taking a look and see, and then I'll go, you know, 5 to 7 hours. You know, maybe I'll do a 2-2-2-2, like a 2-2-2, and add it in and see if that makes any, you know, progress in resolution and signal. And then I'll sit there and keep on going until I say, all right, well, that's enough, and then I'll finish processing. You know, it's one of those things where it is, you know, artist from the artist's perspective, how far you want to take it. I mean, there's nothing wrong in doing a 35, 40, 50 hour image project. There's nothing wrong in doing that. But in certain areas of the country, like New York, you know, where you get maybe 100, 120 clear nights a year.
Extended database installation completed.
Thank you for that. Installation complete.
That's good. That's good to know.
But you know, you got to kind of cut your losses. So I mean, you know, it depends on your area. You know, sometimes like Mark Ellis in the middle of the Arizona desert, right? Gets, you know, 250 clear nights a year or something crazy.
Well, yeah, but a lot of those nights it's still 100+ degrees out at night.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not you know, it's not the prime conditions that you kind of want to be in, but he still gets those clear nights, and even if you take all those out, he's still at like 170, 180 clear nights a year. Right. You know, and they're still, you got to remember that those are still 90-degree, you know, nights. But I mean, AZ4 300+ nights a year, but the low is 95 during the summer. So I don't know. Maybe you could chime in, AZ, on how that affects your imaging. Do you even bother imaging when it's that hot? And if you do, where do you get the camera down to as far as a temperature is concerned? Because most cameras, usually the most I've ever seen is -45 versus ambient. So if that's the case and you're at 95, you're only getting down to 50. You know, so I don't image till September.
September. Wow.
So he pretty much stops for the whole summer. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Wow, that sucks. That sucks, Kyle.
That really sucks, dude.
He stopped in May. So May to September, that's 5 months. It's kind of like what I did this year, though. So I didn't do anything for like 8 months. East Ohio. No, but I went through there. I went to an observatory in Lima. I forget the name of the observatory over there, but I went over there. And then in Eastern Ohio, on my way to Chicago, I don't remember where I stopped, but I stopped somewhere, some park. I'm not sure if that's what it was, but I definitely went over there. It's pretty darn dark over there.
Yeah, too hot for my equipment to observe. Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
No. They don't even let you golf.
No. I was actually looking at the weather in New Mexico, thinking about planning another trip out there. But this time I want to go maybe up towards the mountains to get it to a higher altitude and everything. And even right now, I was looking at it. It was like it was 75 degrees. You know, I was like, that's what I'm talking about. You know, 75 degrees
at night.
You know, the lows are,
Night. 2 o'clock in the morning.
No, during the day, and then the low was
it's
50.
gonna get cold at night, man.
And then the low was like at 50.
Oh, that's not horrible. That's not horrible.
So that's not horrible. And I was like, you know what? That would be nice to, do something, if you could get that, in general, for your summers and stuff like that, being, of course, you're in that altitude, you're in that higher altitude. So yeah, it would be great.
No, I know I said this before, probably on some show somewhere, but I'll tell you, I'm done with the camping. I'm done with the staying outside till morning, all morning. Freezing my what's off.
Your cojones.
Hey, Rock, you know what cojones is? What, Corey? What? It's Spanish for Italian nuts. but I'm done with that because and I know I told the story before, but what the last Starfest that I went to in Canada, and that was in August. So I wasn't, for those of you that go, oh, it's Canada, it's cold. It was August. Okay, it wasn't cold. It was marginally colder than New York in August, so it's not that bad. So I'm sitting there with Sean Nielsen, and he's got his AstroWorld with his Gear 60 little thing, and said, "Oh yeah, we'll image all night. It'll be cool." It was cool, all right. It was friggin' frigid. It was frigid, and me and him were looking at each other, and this was the first night of Starfest. And we were like, yo, we're not doing this tomorrow night. We're gonna go bother Ron, and we're gonna image at his house. And we're gonna go inside, and we're gonna have whiskey, and we're gonna chill out and go to the bathroom when we want and go to sleep when we want. So, and I said, and I went up to Sean, I said, we're at the age now where, we're in our early 50s, whatever. And we have the means to not have to be doing this anymore of sitting outside freezing my cojones off in August in Canada. I mean, it was literally I had to give Sean like 2 extra blankets from his car, and he looked like an old maid. I wish I had a picture of it. It was over his head, and he had like the little icicle on his nose and everything. And I looked at him, and I felt so bad because this is all my idea. He would have never done this. And yeah, let's go image instead of doing it right from his house, which is 45 minutes away from Starfest. So it was marginally different skies, not enough to go through that torture of that. I will never do that again. I said, let's do an RV next time, right? So I said, you know what? I started to look on these companies like Easy RV and Cruise America and a couple other ones. And you know what? I'm like, this is ridiculous because they want
a lot of money.
No, it's not even the money. The money's not that bad. It's no more than a hotel.
Okay.
It's no more than but you got to remember, you got to do it with 3 or 4 people. So, if you do it by yourself, it'll cost you $1,000, $1,500 for the weekend. But if you do it with 3 or 4 people, now it's down to $250.
Yeah.
And now it's a hotel, right? And it sleeps 8. So you do 4, you're fine. Even if you stink or snore, you'll be fine. You can get, that was one of the requirements if you got the RV with me. You can't stink and you can't snore. So, only I could fart and snore. That's it. So that being, but the biggest issue was they wanted like an 8 to 14 day advance of cancellation.
Oh, really?
So how am I going to know what the weather is going to be like 8 days, even at the lowest amount of days, 8 days in advance? I got to tell them, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm not driving out to Cherry Springs 6.5 hours on a cloudy weekend just to hang out with people. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, no, that's it's too unpredictable. Weather can be too unpredictable to do stuff like that.
So now I'm looking at putting a trailer hitch on my RAV4 and maybe getting a teardrop or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. Get a little teardrop or a little pop up, and
I looked at the pop ups. I like the teardrop because I can put stuff in there. Not the Trevor Jones teardrop that costs like $100,000, but 20,
a
30.
Lightweight teardrop.
What's that?
A lightweight teardrop, like an R-Pod.
Yeah, exactly.
Molly has a really nice one.
Yeah, exactly. Molly's got the smaller version of the tab. It's a Tab 200, I think it is. If you look up teardrop Tab 200, I think that's the one she has. The 400, I think, is the one that Trevor has, which is it fits him, his wife, the dog, scopes. It's got everything. But and then that's a guess, so don't quote me on that. I think that's what he has. But the teardrops could go anywhere from 10, 12K to the sky's the limit, really. I mean, you could kind of go crazy.
Yeah, but the base models aren't that expensive,
No, but if they're brand new, they're still $8,000 to $10,000 for the good ones.
But I mean, that's not bad for the convenience of taking that to a star party or to Cherry Springs or anywhere else.
And it's got heat and a table and a fridge.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's all I need. Somewhere to put the beer and somewhere to sleep. That's all I need.
That's it. I hear you.
My wife, maybe that's a little something different. She needs a little more. She needs like a spa and all that. So she might stay at the Millstream Inn and I'll stay, in the Tab. So oh no, yeah, George, you're right. I mean, I'm a little bit claustrophobic, but I've been in the teardrop. It's not it doesn't affect me so much. But the thing that will affect me is this, and this is what affected me the last time. I know I'm yapping and talking a little bit, but the problem with me is that if anything wakes me up while I'm sleeping, I am up the rest of the day. I can't go back to sleep. My brain starts going and it's nonstop unless I'm totally exhausted. I can't roll over and go back to bed. It's not going to happen. So if some idiot is really loud and yapping with his friends at 8 o'clock in the morning when I just went to bed at 6, I'm going to be pissed. I'm not going to get to sleep. I'm not going to be able to do anything. I'll roam around. Maybe I could take a nap later, but most of the times I can't. If the sun's up, I can't take a nap unless if I'm physically and mentally shot. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob, I'm the same way. So I don't know. There are pros and cons to that because I know people I know people that go to star parties that go to bed at like midnight, and then more about it, the camping experience and the daytime talks and which is all great. Great. I've been going to Cherry Springs for 20 years. I guarantee you, I won a whole bunch of stuff that I don't even know because I never went to the raffles because I was sleeping through it. Never went to it. I would get dinner and go to the field, set up an image.
Type deals. You have to be present to win type things or
whatever. Oh yeah, no,
they're
tickets. So they call a ticket if you don't have it.
Hey,
if you're not there, they pick another one.
They pick another one. Okay. Okay, well, all right. I just reinstalled Star Tools. That's why my computer sounded like howl.
Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So now it's working.
That's one of the programs that likes to talk to you. I should have known better. Yeah, installation complete.
And so they should be.
You got to change the accent of the woman that's on there. You could do that. Make it like Australian or something.
There you go. So yeah, so me working on the Iris Nebula with the Edge 8 and the 533, it gets really, like I said, I love it because it gets you so deep in and so close. But the 533 is really cool because it seems it's so much easier to do mosaics with it because you have that square sensor. So the overlap and stuff is a lot easier, but I don't know if I'm ready to go down the mosaic path yet, even though I have APP and it's probably the best stacking tool to do, a mosaic, but I'm not ready to go down there yet.
And acquiring mosaics, Nina makes it a snap too.
It does. Yeah, Nina, it does all that. It makes it really, really nice. You just choose, because it already has your information for your camera. You just choose how many tiles you want. It frames it all up, how much overlap you want. Usually the best overlap number is probably, I wouldn't say the best, but I wouldn't go lower than 15% overlap. Maybe I wouldn't go under that. Maybe you can do 10%, but I wouldn't go any lower than that as far as overlap, me personally. But like I said, I've never tried it yet, so it's probably one of those goals that I'll have to set up.
Yeah,
Chris
I can't remember
did
what their
16
default
channel
is.
last year. Wow.
What was that?
I want to say their default is 10%.
The default's 10?
Okay. For what, Nina?
I think it's, yeah.
Yeah, Nina's 10 for mosaic is 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Wilfredo says, I completed my first one last December using the ASI Air Plus. Okay. Yeah, the ASI, you know what? The ASI Air has made some good improvements on a lot of stuff too. Especially when it comes to doing mosaics and a lot of other things. So, yeah, and you can just easily stitch it together. So,
Westwood Driveway Observatory said he did a lot of mosaics with the 533 with a 20% overlap. So
overlap, yeah.
Okay.
It's just so much easier doing it. I think, in my opinion, it's so much easier doing a mosaic with the 533 because it has the square sensor. So it's easier to stitch it together. Yeah, you whatever.
I know. So now with 22 votes, we're at 59% all in the sequence and 41% one in the night, one filter per night. So
okay. Now, but speaking of polls and stuff like that, do not forget we have the image of the week up. This time we have 4 entries. We have 4 entries. So let me actually hop over to get this, and I can share this. And just go to the website here.
Really, George, you bought a Class A and you can't sleep. Class A's are nice. I like Class A's. I was thinking about getting that too.
Class A's are nice. They're expensive, but it's expensive. Like driving a bus.
But it costs a little bit more than a car. Depending on how much
depending on what that's
you
a really expensive car.
You can go up to 100,000 on it, but I mean, you can get one for like 40, 50. You can
find some. Robin and I were even thinking about looking at a Class C, which is slightly smaller. The Class C's are a little bit smaller. And those are about, they can get as low as 40,000, maybe up to 70 or 80,000 up. But we were looking at something like that. But I think we're going to stick with our 5th wheel. So
you know what? I just saw Norm's comment on that. Can't even compete with those types of images. And that goes back to something that we were talking about, like maybe in April, about changing the image of the week to 2 different tiers. So people wouldn't be turned off by or scared, or not scared, but thinking they would never win, so they don't even turn it in anyway. You know, to open it up to a different level of images. So maybe like an intermediate and a pro, and you would have to tell us which one you were going into, and we kind of, if you say intermediate and you're really a pro, we're gonna push you into pro. You know, so you know, if Dave sends, or Dr. Greg sends one in and says, I want to put this in for intermediate, no,
that ain't
not
happening.
happening.
Greg,
You're gonna,
that ain't
not
happening.
happening. You know, so
hey, that ain't happening, bro.
you know,
I'm intermediate.
you know,
no,
we'll just call it intermediate and advanced, okay, and then maybe not pro. We'll make it advanced.
Yeah,
you know,
it'd be like Jedi, Master Imager and Padawan Imager.
Hey, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Greg is the master, but Greg, you know, he gets those dark skies.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you know what? We could talk about dark skies, and we could talk about this. This could be a kind of thing. Is it the driver or the car? You know, the kind of thing.
That's true.
You know, so you could have the darkest skies in the world and just suck at processing. And, you know, I could be in Bortle 9 skies, and maybe because my processing skills are better than somebody else's, my data looks better than a Bortle 1 sky.
Right.
You know, it's possible. So you got to kind of not only know how to use your equipment, but how to use your software as well. Just like you know how to drive a car, but how a car reacts under different situations. So, you know, you got to kind of know everything. So you could do OSC and mono too, Mike. We could do that as well.
Yeah, we can definitely, you know, that may not be a bad idea if you break it up in monochrome, because would you consider monochrome a bit more
more
advanced versus a one-shot color, you know, being more novice / intermediate?
I hate to say that, but you're probably right. I mean, most people start with color and end up morphing into mono, I guess.
I mean, that's what I did.
That's what a lot of people do. And then they realize that, you know, at least at this point still, I mean, sooner or later we won't be able to say this, but the resolution and the definition of mono definitely still supersede the color sensor, as far as I'm concerned. At least that's what I see. But, you know, that's why a lot of people start with the color, because of the price point, number one.
Yeah, that's
you know, it's
more
cheaper.
budget friendly for sure.
It's slightly cheaper.
Yeah. Not by much, but
yeah.
Not by much, but
by a couple $100. By a couple $100.
When you factor in filters and filter wheel, then you're talking, it is a bit more. You know.
Yeah, because you're not just going to want to do mono. You're not just going to get a mono camera and start shooting. You know.
Yeah.
You can. Nobody does it. You know.
Yeah. So, hey, let's do a poll then. Dan, do a poll then. Yeah. What would you rather have if we did, if we made a change to the image of the week contest? Would you rather have one-shot color or versus mono being your maybe novice and more advanced? Or would you just rather just say, this have a novice category and an advanced category? Which one? So either one shot color mono or novice in advance. And then from there we can maybe figure out, all right, we will choose how to separate it, stuff like that.
There you go. It's up.
Cool.
I would say 90% plus started OSC. Well, I could tell you I'm part of the 10%.
Because also based off of your skies. Right?
Let's just.
But you have also been doing it for quite some time.
Well, let's maybe that's not necessarily true because I guess when I really started, it was with a DSLR. Actually, it was with film, color film. Um, so I guess it was called. But by the time CCD came out, I never got a color CCD. I went straight to my S-Big mono,
Okay, yeah.
and then I stayed mono the whole time. And then only later on, when better narrowband filters came out, did I start buying color cameras to get color star data instead of doing RGB, 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 RGB. And then I
Yeah.
was doing HAOS RGB, full, I was doing that kind of stuff, and it was a big disaster. So I mean, I did that. I went straight to mono, and then I bought a 294.
Okay.
I bought a ZWO ASI 294, and then I had a 183. Then I bought a different. Now I have a 2600. So I mean, there are different things to be used for with that. I mean, I literally only use color now for star data. That's it.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah, even Norm, Tom's saying he started out with a QHY
9M,
mono.
yeah, 9M,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, Norm he just started with a DSLR for a couple months, then he went mono.
And
So
Tom DSLR about a month, then mono. So I mean, that is a normal progression, I guess, of the hobby or the lifestyle.
yep,
And same thing when you always get the scope first when you're starting. You always get the scope first, and everyone starts off with visual, mostly. Maybe not so much
yeah,
these days, but mostly visual, and what do you get? Well, there's really just one thing to get, and that's the Nexstar SE line, um,
yeah,
where you sit there and you got the best of both worlds. You got a scope with good focal length and is adaptable to starter astrophotography. So,
yes,
but as you know on the show, we poo-poo that a little bit because we'll tell you flat out, if you're going to start astrophotography, don't start learning with a Schmidt. It's not as forgiving. It's
Right.
you know now there's two schools of thought to this, right, guys? So you could start hard and then everything else becomes easy after
easier.
that, or you could start easy and figure it as you go and go hard. So I did the same thing. I started with an 8-inch Schmidt Cassegrain LX200 GPS. That's what I started with. Um, and I went back and forth. So I mean, and then I went. Now I'm just a refractor guy. Now I know refractors. Now I know them well. Now I'm thinking either I spoke about it last show, right? What do you do? Do I want to test these crappy light polluted skies with a fast reflector, or go long with an F10, 9.25 or an 8 edge and go that way? I'm still on the fence on that. I'm still not sure. I'm gonna make a move.
Yeah,
I don't know what the move is gonna be, but
right, right.
I'm leaning a little bit towards the Quattro, a little bit that way.
Right.
Really? Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm thinking, I'm thinking it's gonna be better for my conditions,
okay.
to do that. I don't have to go crazy with the stupid, expensive batter, special, fast filters because I'll be at F4.
Yep,
Um,
yep. True.
so, yeah, I'll have to deal with collimation, but I did that before. It's not an issue. Uh,
Collimation on a reflector isn't that bad, especially if you have
On a Newtonian, it's not that bad.
no,
yeah,
it's
especially on
not
the
bad.
Newtonian, especially if you have like say a laser collimator
Yep.
that you set up, and maybe it was if you do an initial star test before you even do collimation, you do an initial
Yeah.
star test to see how round and see how things look as far as a star test to see how things look. Then go ahead take out, disconnect your either if you're going to do this visual or if you're going to use your imaging rig, take out your disconnect your imaging rig, put in like a Hotech, laser collimator, like the self-centering laser collimator or something like that, and then just mark it, right, as far as where that laser is, and then in theory, then all you really need to do is go back to that point. I know that's what I'm thinking about doing with my SCT, is get it collimated the best I can, and then point, and then get a laser dot, and just get a laser collimator, mark it, and then that way I can always go back to that point if it's ever really off.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely do that. Collimation is not hard. People, you say collimation to some people, and they get the heebie-jeebies and the willies and all that kind of stuff. It is not a difficult thing to do. Whether with a tri-bat, an OCal, a laser, like one of the not the Gerd Newmans,
the Cheshire, the Cheshire.
No, God forbid, I never use the Cheshire IP. I can't, because you know what?
The Hotech makes a good.
The Hotech.
I can't believe I can't remember the guy's name. The guy with the gray hair.
Howie Glatter.
Howie Glatter. I met the guy. I can't believe I can't remember his name. But the Howie Glatters are great. I mean, if you can find them anymore, not the one that's made by Farpoint, the ones that are actually made by Howie Glatter are definitely a better.
I've got one.
I had one. I had one. I
them.
Can't find it. I don't know. It's been so long since I used it. I don't know where I put it. It's got to be in the closet of debt somewhere. I don't know.
I just bought a collimator that's it's kind of like a Cheshire, but it has like inside the concentric rings. So when you look through it,
well, that's good.
Looking through it, it's like looking through a Cheshire, but it also has.
It's got the grid,
concentric rings inside that you're looking through as well to help line everything up as well.
My problem with the Cheshire eyepiece, and this is just a me thing. It works. It's worked for years, and a lot of people will say that that's the way to go. That's the best way to do it. But I have a problem because my eye just goes crazy. I'm up and down trying to put things in the right spots and everything, and it's just give me a laser, and and then I'll do a star test. Now laser will get me close.
Yeah. Now, because now is probably a really good time if you have clear enough skies, and because we're going into full moons, probably one of the better times if you want to try to collimate to do it now at this time of the month, because if depending on your sky, you're probably getting maybe washed out from moon glow. But so I know for me, I'm probably after the show tonight, I'm gonna maybe go out, get the Schmidt pointed to a bright star, and go and then try to collimate it a little bit more, because it seems a little off. Just a tad off. So what's the deal with Farpoint? I've been getting emails like crazy for them for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've been getting them. I've been getting that wheelie bar, the heavy duty wheelie bar email from them like every other day.
If somebody's looking for a wheelie bar, I'm going to sell mine because I don't need it anymore. I've got if somebody's in my area and they want to buy a wheelie bar for like $150, get it out of my garage.
There you go.
And it's got solid, and it's got the solid
the
tires.
Oh, the tires.
Yeah, it's got the solid tires and everything. So solid treaded tires and all that stuff.
Solid tires like the Flintstones, or solid tires?
Yeah, like the Flintstones. That's it.
The rock tires.
You got the rock tires.
I don't know what's up with Farpoint. I don't think anything in particularly is up with Farpoint. I don't know. But I've been getting the same email. I'm on their email list too, so I get the same thing. I just keep on erasing them. I don't buy a lot of Farpoint stuff.
I haven't bought a lot of stuff from Farpoint in a long time. What I used to do, I did buy a Schmidt dovetail, like a Losmandi dovetail. I did buy that from them, and I bought my Tribat from them. But that's really all I ever bought from them.
Yeah.
I
No,
started hearing
they were the leaders with all that for a while, like those the collimators, the Batonov and the Tribots, even the Fast Star or the Hyperstar Tribats. So they were the ones to sell a lot of them. That's why I'm happy that Buckeye Stargazer started coming out with all of them. So pretty cool. It's nice that a lot of people, and I'm picking up these. So I didn't know this. I didn't know that Starfield sells dew straps. And a couple of things with the dew straps that they sell. You know how like a lot of the dew straps have the wire, the cable, the RCA cable that goes out into your dew controller. It's all in line. So you got strap and then cable. And then what happens when you pull the cable around and into your dew controller? Does it like pull the dew strap it kind of like pulls part of the dew strap out a little bit. So the Starfield dew straps, actually the wire comes out the side of the dew strap instead of the inline, so it doesn't pull out of it. And it's also Canadian tested. So if you're really I was talking to Steve Malia today, and he said when he first got his first shipment of dew heaters and the parts, and he put it all together, and what he did, he took it in the middle of February and threw them in his backyard to see what would happen to the wires, because he tested these wires for 2 straight days of -15 degrees Celsius winter in Canada, and the wires didn't bend, they didn't get hard, they didn't break. So that's a really good thing with those. So it's cold tested. So
there you go. Cold tested.
And you don't do a lot of emails. So is that telling me that you want more, or is that a good thing that I don't do emails? Or should I just do more blasts? Should I do more blasts? Should I not do more blasts? Let me know. But as far as the poll is concerned, we have only 13 votes in the poll. We got 26 people watching. So
come on then, guys. Come on. Let's
vote on the poll. We're at 69. We're at 69 to 31 in favor of novice or advanced.
Okay.
So
we got 27 people watching, only 17 thumbs up. Wow. Smash, baby, smash.
Well, just remember that 3 of those people are probably us. So
yeah,
that's true. 3 of those people are us.
So definitely don't count 3.
So well, no, it should be 3 more. So we all should have freaking thumbs up ourselves. So
Oh yeah. I was talking maybe about the poll, but
both thumbs up poll. Let's see, what are we at now? We're at 19 people. 19 people give us a thumbs up. So we're at 14 votes. We're at 73-27 now. Novice advanced. Okay. So it looks like novice advanced is gonna take away with it. Maybe a little more. What you doing? 1 a month. Well, my social media calendar says once a week, and yeah, it's probably turns out to be once a month. so I should probably do like at least where I want to get to is 2 a month with 1 more that's just a newsletter with information. That's where I want to get to. I just gotta have the time to do it. To be dead honest with you, I just gotta have the time to do it.
So back to stuff we started on. I started, visually. I had an 8-inch SCT, a Meade that I was doing visual with, which was great because the thing would reach. You could look at Saturn and Jupiter, and, all kinds of cool things. But when I started getting into, I want to take pictures. I knew I had to downsize, so I got the 80 millimeter Meade. And I bought a used
4,000 or the 8,000.
It's the 6,000, Series 6,000. So, and I bought a used Canon 60D that I modified myself and used that for a little bit. And then I bought a 183 color and used that for a while. And I think after that, I got the 294 color, and then I went to mono, and I've never touched my color camera since.
Yeah, that's very similar to me because I had the orange tube 8-inch Schmidt, the Nexstar 8SE.
Yeah,
and I played around with that a little bit with because I bought a used Canon T3, which is like the 1100D. And that was cool. And then I discovered William Optic from Trevor Jones. Him getting William Optics, couple William Optics telescopes back in the day. So I got the GT71. So I got that, the GT71 Apo, and the 183 MC.
And the 183 is a great camera too.
It is
outside of the amp glow.
Yeah. I freaked out the first time because I didn't know that. I didn't understand amp glow, and I was like, "What the heck is wrong with my camera?" Like, what is going on here? It's my first time out, and my camera's broken. And then people explain to me, "No, it's amp glow. It's the circuitry. It's causing this and stuff like that." So then I had that, and then I got the 294, just like you. So I went down the 294 path with it, and eventually got a couple more telescopes, and eventually I got the 294 mono, and I don't think I was ready for monochrome full time, but I did get some pretty cool images out of it. I just couldn't handle that the flats doing narrowband. The narrowband flats looking like, looking the way they did. And then I got the 533 mono and the 2600 mono. Yeah, and I haven't looked back ever since. So I haven't looked back since. But I still got the 533 color. I gotta at some point, get the Rasa out and get it up and going. So.
Yeah, I don't know which way I'm gonna go with this new project. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, Chris, you're absolutely right. The 183 makes you do calibration frames, so you learn quite a bit in understanding, the need.
That's right.
And for calibration frames and understanding. So it's a good teaching. It's a good teaching camera. You learn a lot, from using that camera.
Well, if you
back when that 183 was available, you weren't thinking that you were gonna, you just thought that was just a byproduct of doing astrophotography. You didn't think you were gonna have to.
Well, you got to remember, amp glow has been around since CCD days. I mean, that's always been there. So that was a normal part of things until they came out with the BSI, the back illuminated cameras, and that was the whole thing. So but if anybody wants A183 that's set up with a red cat and ASI Air EAF and Deep Sky DAD focuser. I have the whole thing ready to go. Make me a decent offer, and you can have it in a nice personalized Pelican case, and it's good to go. So, just let me know. I have it all ready to go. It's a good loading camera.
Wilfredo's got a good idea here. Star Walkie saying maybe in the future you guys could do a show on how to shoot mono.
Sure.
And absolutely. And I mean, we're getting close towards the end of the show now, but no, that's definitely something maybe we can even do this Friday. Is we can go through the steps, on shooting mono and stuff like that. So that's definitely a good idea. Maybe we can do that this Friday.
Let's see what the weather's like. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday sucks for me. How is it for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Friday is garbage for me.
Yeah, I don't think, we've had some fair skies. It's been high cloud,
Yeah, we've got clouds here too. We got some clouds here too. But I don't think that should deter us from just going through
the steps. Yeah.
Of doing mono.
It's not difficult. It's just a little bit extra setup. It's really not. It's not horrible.
So I'll be
Friday actually looks good for me.
Oh, there you go. So it's all on you, man.
Yeah. I'll whip out I got the Carbon Star on the mount right now.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Yeah, we've got some big clouds.
I digress to my Blazing Saddles days.
So no, let's plan on that. So this Friday we can discuss doing monochrome imaging and go from there.
There you go. Thank you. Oh yeah, Norm, you got to replace that belt on your mount. Jeez.
What mount do you have?
I think he had the Mighty or the one of those Paramount mounts, if I remember right. I could be wrong though.
And the belt went bad, or
I think the MX, the MX. I knew it was a Paramount, but
yeah, AZ. I mean, you guys down in the Southeast, you guys have got a lot to contend with right now. This time of year being so dry, and heck, I mentioned New Mexico earlier. I think they evacuated or had to evacuate a few in an area. I'm not sure where in New Mexico, but had to evacuate an area because of wildfires and stuff like that. So.
Nice. I need alcohol. I'm off tomorrow. So for those of you guys that don't know, I usually have off on Thursdays. So I kind of, drink a little bit.
There you go. Yeah, Tom, for sure. Thank God Canada isn't burning this year.
Yeah, they're off cycle now. So so they're not burning things down. So that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Yeah, because that was rough here in the Midwest, and in the East.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
It was really bad.
That was really bad. I mean, there was like that one picture from New York City. In New York City, you just looked through it, and it was like red. Everything was red. The whole sky, everything. It was horrible.
Yeah.
They even told people to stay home from work, because you couldn't breathe.
Yeah. It was bad.
They're like, stay in the house. Let the smoke go by.
Yep, absolutely.
So make sure everybody votes for the picture of the month. Make sure
you know what, guys, I know we only have so many people on the show, but definitely get out there, let people know. We got to find, maybe we even figure out a better way to maybe advertise the image of the month. Got to figure that out. Maybe putting it out there, maybe something on Facebook or whatever with all of the choices that are out there. Even, guys, if you have an entry, blast it out there on your Facebook post or whatever to, let your friends and family know that, hey, you guys have an opportunity here to
win some money. Win some money
and all of that stuff. So definitely get your friends, family, everybody involved. Have them go to astroworldweb.com/IOTW. Let them know, hey, vote for my photo, and and if they want, and if maybe they might say, you know what, I don't like your photo, but I like this guy's photo better. Just let them vote.
with friends like that, you don't need enemies. So
exactly,
I tell people even when I don't have a picture up, I always ask, hey, did you vote? Or do you have a picture up? I was like, no, but you should go on and vote anyway.
Yeah, I know, Wilfredo. I see your post on Instagram.
Some people don't.
Yep.
I'm gonna put up my Pugsley Memorial image.
Oh,
Pugsley Adams. But no, seriously. But like I said, let everybody know, let your friends, let your neighbors know, tell them to go to the website and say, hey, check out my image and just click on the button and vote and be done. Let's boost up the numbers. And like I said, I'll also try to figure out a way so I can maybe post things, each of
you know what I could do? I could make you an admin of the MailChimp.
Yeah. Okay.
And I already have a template made for image of the week.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
We knew. I think we knew about that actually.
I must have missed that. I apologize.
Yeah.
Tom's little.
Tom's kitty. Tom's kitty passed away.
Yeah.
Time to get a dog, Tom.
Yeah. Chris, I got the Rokinon 135 and the 2600 ready for some wide imaging using the
AstroWorld
Dimium rig. I think I've got one of those with the
EAF. You do.
Yeah, I do. And go after Row. Row is out. Row is, depending on where you are, it could be low, it could be up high, because it's south, wherever it is. But Row's out there.
I'm actually thinking of getting, what's that? Since we're getting the ASCAR stuff, I'm thinking about getting that. What is that? The FMA 135.
Okay.
From ASCAR.
Yeah.
The APO.
Okay. Yeah.
I was thinking about trying that out with Row.
Yeah. I mean, Row is low, depending on where you are.
Oh yeah. I could just barely get it over my that M4 picture that I used to have behind me with Arturus. That was taken, and that was taken from my house, and that was just skimming the top of the house. So because I'm looking south over by Scorpius, and that's where you're looking. So it is really low. So it's about, for me, it's about 23 degrees in altitude.
Yeah, that's low.
Yeah.
It's low. Normally, rule of thumb, 30 is kind of where you want to,
ideally where you want to start.
Ideally where you want to be, where you want to start at.
30 or higher in the sky.
Yeah.
But
so any of you guys in the southern states, get after Row.
I'm gonna try and get. I'm gonna try just for the fun of it. It's gonna look like complete crap, but I'm gonna try to get Omega Centauri from my house.
Oh,
you're not gonna get Omega Centauri.
I've seen it visually.
It's too freaking low.
It's anywhere from 0.5 degree to 1.5 degrees above the horizon.
That's nuts, dude.
I'm gonna try and get it.
Okay. Because heck, my best row that I got so far was actually when I was in New Mexico, because I tried it up here.
I remember that picture.
Yeah, but the best one I got was down south. Yeah, so that was a really good one. That was with the Rokin in 135, and my I want to say it was what a one shot. I want to say it was like my 294 MC. Omega gets about 8 degrees here.
And where are you, Norm?
Yeah.
Norm is a little bit further south, I think, than me, because it literally, I have to go to the beach. I had to go to the beach to see it. He's in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah. I'm at like a half a
yeah,
degree to 1.5 degrees.
Wow.
And I have to go right. I have to go to the beach. I actually have to see the horizon. There can't be a tree in the way. We went to the beach and we saw it visually once from New York.
Wow.
It looked like nothing. It was like a smudge, but it was definitely there. You could see it. But imagine looking at like M92 and lower the brightness about 10 times. So
also need a flat ocean.
yeah. Well, since the Earth is flat anyway, isn't everything flat?
Yeah.
So
yeah, there you go.
There you go. Have a good one.
Have a good
Wilfredo.
one. So
enjoy your week.
I would love to go down to the Keys and do the same thing that Robert did and get Centaurus A.
Yep.
That would be a fun one to go after.
What's the
I see 443
No, 443 is the jellyfish. Is it 405? Might be 405.
405 or 410.
I think that whole thing is both, if I remember right.
No, that's not. 405 is the Flaming Star.
Oh yeah.
And it's not 410 because that's the tadpole.
I mean, if you put, the streamers are Barnard 44 and 45, Linz Nebula 1688, IC 4603 is the bright area at the center. So there's a lot of designations.
4604.
Well, 4603 is the bright one at the center. I don't know where 4604 is. The red area is SH29. Sigma Scorpii is at the center. Antares is in the area. So M4 is there. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you kind of use to kind of do yourself a favor. Just use the imaging, the framing part of either Telescopius or Right Nina or anything like that. And just kind of just take a look and see what the framing looks like on it, and just move it around. Then you won't have to worry about it.
That's another one I want to go after again too. Is the blue horse head?
Yeah, that's just right underneath it.
Yep. Or above it, depending on how your telescope's facing.
What hemisphere you're in?
Yeah, it depends. But no, that's a good one as well. That's a really, really nice reflection nebula with a mixture of dark nebulosity. But Rho is like all of that. And Trevor just did a video he was doing going after Rho, where he rented, I guess, like an Airbnb or something. And
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he just did that recently. So it is a very, very popular target this time of year, like in June. It's a great target because it has so much color.
Yeah, it's really cool. I can't get it. Too low for me, and the trees and everything is all in the way. So.
I'll tell you, if I ever do finally move south, I got to find a spot where I have almost like no trees. I don't want any trees around.
Yeah, we're always looking at houses down in Florida or down south, and every house she sends me, I'm like, honey, too many trees, too many trees.
There's too many trees. Yeah, and you can't get and it's too expensive to get rid of them. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Yes. It's a lot cheaper to plant them.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
And I want a good view of the southern sky.
Yeah,
Yes,
I hear that.
Absolutely. I mean, I get a great shot of the northern skies and everything. That's probably my best is facing north. But yeah, you can't beat the southern skies, the southern targets for sure. So yeah, so you've got Roe Fucus, you've got the blue horse head that's out now. M13, of course, the Triffid, M16, Bernard's E. The Tulip is out now as well as the Crescent. So those are some really good ones at this time of year. Probably the best time of year to really get after some of these is now, especially like the Snake and Pipe Nebula, which is like the really dark, which is a dark nebula. The Triffid as well, and the Lagoon.
It sucks. All right.
So yeah. All right. Well, we're getting close to time here, guys. Almost. Yep. It's been, good conversation. We're definitely going to plan on talking a bit more about monochrome and monochrome imaging on Friday. And don't forget, we've got get out there. I'm gonna say it again. Get out here and vote. Boost those numbers up. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. So even tell people at work, all that stuff.
What's going on in the chat? Anything in the chat?
No.
Chris is still working on the soap bubble.
Yeah, that's a good one for looking up for Roe. Is slew over to Antares or M4. It's right there.
I'll tell you. Let's see if I know I have a picture of that part of let's see. Where's my C?
All right, Jackie. Have a great night. See you on Friday.
There, nope. There it is. So here is a really quickie of M4 and the Antares part of, I think it's also NGC 6188, which is a little waiting for it to load up. Moving a little slow because I'm running all this garbage here. There we go. There you go. So that's
yeah, that's cool.
That's it right there. That's M4 and Antares, and there's the blue part of Roe.
You got two nice globs there. You got M4 and there's a glob right there.
I think that's 6188 if I remember right. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then nice. I got some. I thought this was pretty nice, actually. I think I did a decent job with this one.
Yeah.
The toughest thing about this whole picture was taming down Antares. That was the toughest.
Oh yeah, I'll
The
bet.
toughest. The halo of this went all the way out to like the top of the screen to like, you know, it was really bad. But I was able to lower that a little bit, but that's what I got.
Just think if you had a nuke, the spikes would go across the screen probably.
Oh, I'd take those out.
I like them.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I might grow to like them. I don't know. Maybe not. But
I'm anxious to do the horse head.
Yep.
And see what the spike from the spikes from
what was that scope? I think that scope was my Esprit 80, if I remember right. It was my 80 Esprit, I think. I'd have to look at the stats on it, but all right, fellas. Well, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Yep.
But so if you guys have any thoughts on, I don't know which way I'm going to go with the F4 or the F10 scope. I'm not sure yet. But if you have any input on it, let us know. Let us know because I'm curious. The solstice is tomorrow. Yes, I believe so. The 20th of June, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's like
21st.
The 21st.
Is it the 21st?
Yeah, I think it's the 21st. It's the first day of September. It's the first day of summer, which is also the solstice.
Correct. Yeah.
But you know what this also means is that you have your longest day of the year, which you get past that hump, then the nights start getting a little longer again.
Actually, the summer solstice is tomorrow at 4:50 p.m.
Oh, 4:50 p.m.
Yep.
Okay. So get past this hump, and
apparently this is the earliest summer solstice for the next 228 years. Apparently. And not for nothing. Can we stop naming the second full moon of the month to this stupid stuff that people think that, whenever the like strawberry moon, the hunter moon, the blood moon, all this stuff. It makes no sense to me. This is such a con on everybody. No, the moon is not going to look like a strawberry, everybody. It's not going to be red. It's not going to be anything. The only thing that changes the color of the moon is you're seeing the altitude of the moon and what the hell's going on in the atmosphere at any particular time.
Correct.
So don't sit there and tell me it's going to be as red as a strawberry or it's going to be blue as a two ball on a billiard table. It's not going to happen. Wow, I can't believe I remembered that the two ball is actually blue. But it's these things. The hunter moon. What? We could only hunt during a hunter moon? I mean, what does it mean? The only thing it means is that, and from my understanding, is they name these moons if there's two full moons in a month. And
that's a blue moon.
Yeah, that's
the
a blue
second
moon.
one is the blue.
That's a blue moon.
The second one is the blue moon.
What like this one, June full moon, they're calling a strawberry moon. What does that mean for your zodiac, which is a whole load of crap anyway, but
yeah.
Not a fan of that. But
that's why I talk to people and they're like, "Oh, I love astrology." I'm like, "It's astronomy."
oh yeah, me too. And I love tarot cards too. So yeah. Let's see. So the strawberry moon, it refers to strawberry to match the short harvest season for strawberries. Let me tell you something. Yeah. I know that there are farmers out there. Please tell me if that's a real thing or is this some BS ABC News crap? Because that's what I'm reading right now. I don't know if that's true, but
Well,
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
don't know. I have no idea.
I think it's just one of those things that probably farmers use these terms hundreds of years ago.
Maybe.
And it just, stuck. Like in the fall, you have the harvest moon. Like towards the end of September, early October.
Right. And that's been around forever. That's been around since the Indians.
Right.
I mean, that's been around for a long, long time.
Hundreds of years.
The harvest moon I've heard of, the hunter's moon I've heard of. But you know what? Let me tell you something. Way back when, in like what? I don't know. The Indians of the 1500s in North America that probably came out with the hunter moon or the whatever. They didn't know it was August or September.
Correct. That's how. Yeah.
If you look at the Iroquois from the New York area, everything, they were known as the Indians called the time to Indians, and what they did was they just did things when it was a time to do things, and they knew the time based on the stars and what was going on in the sky. So I mean that's a really big part of North American Indian astronomy for the most part and living. And it's really quite interesting if you read into it. It's pretty cool. But they were super smart, man, until we came in and ravaged the land.
They came in, ravaged the land, and all that stuff.
Yep. Took Manhattan Island for $26 and some pillows.
Oh man. Okay. Well,
I'm sorry. You're right, Bob. Native Americans. I'm sorry to be politically correct. I'm sorry. I'm old. Come on, Bob. You're old too. I know who you are.
No. I would take the strawberry moon with some shortcake and half and half.
Oh, heavy cream, man. No half and half. Heavy cream.
Cream whipped into a froth with a little sugar.
Big dollop of heavy cream. But bam, I can feel my arteries clogging just thinking about it.
There you go. Oh, sounds so good. Too funny.
Anyway, it's almost 10 o'clock, everybody. We got a little bit off the rails, and hey, Bob, I love you, man. You're the man. But it's sometimes the way, us ex-gen kind of people, most of us, TikTok, if you've been watching TikTok recently, everyone's hating on Gen X people. Everyone's hating on us.
Why? Because we have the best music?
Because we will kick anybody's what without even thinking twice about it. And everyone's scared of what the Gen Xers are going to do.
Yeah, man.
It's because we don't get offended by everything.
We don't give a crap. We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care. We're like, shut up. Just go away. I don't want to hear you. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
AZ. We don't care. It's not in all fairness, I don't think. Let me put it another way. It's not that we don't care, it's that we do care. But we don't care enough that it will affect our own personal lives because you're doing something stupid.
There you go, Mike. People will throw out our own backs just to shut you up.
Absolutely. We know what it's like to pull a groin muscle getting out of bed.
Buns.
What is that?
That's right.
Bob, he's like, we do not have man buns. No, we do not.
No, we do not have man buns, although we had some other kind of crazy shit in the 70s. So,
the rat tails.
Oh, yeah.
The rat tails in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. We had some.
What they call it? The moulet.
The moulet. Yeah. It's like, what was that? It's like Mrs. Bouquet. What is that?
Party in the front. Or no, what is it? Business up front.
Business up front, party in the rear.
Yeah.
Just smoke a doobie and forget about it.
That's that's something I never kind of did. I did the like really like fun stuff, like stuff that made you see things. You know, I didn't.
I
really,
did that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't do any of the weird hardcore kind of stuff. I did the fun, goofy stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, that's my drug problem, and that's it. Thing I
Don't
grew
forget
out of
the
it.
mullet. Remember Joe Dirt.
I remember Joe Dirt. I remember Joe Dirt very well.
Absolutely.
All
right, guys.
Yep.
It's been
We're
good.
done.
It's been good. Good talking. Good show. I have no final thoughts. I'm just looking forward to, like I said, Friday. We'll thank you, Wilfredo, for the suggestion. We're going to talk about some mono imaging and mono, maybe even throw in a little bit of mono processing or whatever. But yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Sounds great. And we'll do that we'll plan for that on Friday. And Dave will set up his Carvin Star and show us how to do it. So he's the only one that's gonna have clear skies. So
well, that's what it's saying now. So.
Yeah, well, who knows? Friday might be clear here, and it might be crap, or it might be crap all over the place. Either way, we'll still talk about it anyway. And
we'll give it a roll. We'll give it a go.
Give it a go. All right, very cool. So, final thoughts, everybody?
No, I'm good. I'm good. See you. Don't forget to vote, and we'll see you on Friday.
Yeah, vote. Tell people to vote. I want to see over 50 votes this week. I want to see over 50. It's been a while since we've seen 50. I want to see 5-0. I want to
tell
see
your family, tell your friends, go to astroworldweb.com/IOTW. Tell them which one is your favorite and let them vote for that same one. Say, this is the one I want you to vote for. There you go.
You'll laugh. You'll cry. You'll kiss $5 goodbye. Go vote for the IOTW.
There it is. Be like Chicago, be like it is here in Illinois and in Chicago, just start talking to everybody. And even if they, even start digging up dead people. Vote too.
And you know what my final thought is, Eric? This is my final thought. You know what my final thought is? Spaceballs 2 is coming out.
Oh, come on.
Spaceballs
original cast
2. Well, John Candy ain't gonna make it.
Oh, obviously not.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the original cast, but it's coming out. So it was greenlit already. So that's all. I'm so excited. So.
Oh my God!
I'm just excited for Highlander. So that's me.
What, they're making a new Highlander?
Yeah.
Is Sean Connery in it? Because if Sean Connery's not in it, I don't want to know.
Yeah, well, with Henry, it's with Henry Cavill. They've already started putting up the posters and stuff like that.
Henry Cavill now is, to me, The Witcher. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
He's The Witcher.
But no. Have a great one, guys. Have a great night, and see you guys on Friday. And
absolutely. All right, everybody. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the hump day, whatever's left of it that you have, and enjoy. Go vote. Is Christopher Lambert in it? I certainly hope so. No,
probably not.
Really? Come on, he was in the show.
Yeah, I know he was in the show, but I don't think Adrian Paul's in it either. So.
Which one's Adrian Paul?
He's Duncan. He's from the show.
Oh, yes. Watch the show for a little bit. Who is the other guy that I hated in Highlander? Mario Van Peebles.
Mario Van Peebles. Oh God, Mario Van Peebles. Michael Ironside. You don't
mess with Richter. You don't mess with Richter.
No. I love him as Jester in Top Gun, but as this guy in Highlander, whatever the hell it was, no.
You don't remember him as Richter in Total Recall? Or
that's right, he was, yeah.
Or what's his name in V, the Final Battle?
Yeah, but see, he was, I remember V, the Final Battle. But
or Starship Troopers. I mean, come on, the guy was awesome.
Yeah, the whole, but he,
I forgot one. I forgot the best movie. The best movie with Best movie with Michael Ironside. Scanners.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
when
that's
boom,
way
yeah.
back, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, God, boom.
it's like Aphrodite is born again. There you go. Yeah. You know, we're talking about movies now. I always wanted to have a movie segment of the show, and it never happened. But you know,
you never know.
we
You
still
might still
have
have
it.
it one day.
We still have it anyway. But all right, everybody. Again, it's 10:04. Everybody, have a great night. Enjoy your hump day. Thanks for hanging in there. Vote for image of the week. And whoa, what happened to your screen? I just got like a flash or
Just
something.
my lights. It's my lights. That's
Oh,
right.
you got nuked or something. You know,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
have a great night.
They'd
Enjoy
hit me
yourself.
before they hit Eric.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it'll be you, then me, and Eric will just
Then
get a
Eric.
little. Then Eric might get hit. You know,
Yeah.
they might leave Chicago on their own just because you'll end up killing yourselves anyway. So
Exactly.
or they'll just start the whole revolution because they have the most guns in Chicago anyway. So
most guns are in the United States are in Chicago. Yeah.
Well, I think there's a tie, or I think Texas got you edged out just by a little bit. So you know,
there's a lot.
Too many freaking gun control laws, and too many guns
dropping cover.
Yeah.
Dropping cover. Don't worry. Hide under the desk. It'll save you from a nuclear blast. It'll be fine.
Yeah, hide under your desk.
Or you could be like Indiana Jones and hide in a refrigerator, and he and he survived.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know how he didn't get.
Sure.
I don't know how he didn't get radiation poisoning, but that's another story.
There you go.
Everybody have
Chicago, not so much.
No. Oh God! All right, fellas, ladies, gents, have a great night. Take care. Remember, as always, to keep imaging, keep educating, clear skies. I'm gonna go have some popcorn.
Yeah, all the Chicago guns.
Yeah, everyone.
Buy them out of Smokey's freaking back truck. In his trunk.
We gotta go. We're done. Bye. See you later.